Hello everyone, good day. Welcome back to Elasticsearch Unlocked. Today we are going to be looking into how to install Kibana on your window PC and the configuration of Kibana, how to connect Kibana with Elasticsearch so you'll be able to use the front end of Elasticsearch, which is Kibana UI, for data management and other Elasticsearch activities. Without any further delay, let's dive in. Now I'm on my search engine. Just go to Google and type download Kibana. Download Kibana. Enter. So make sure to click on the first link that says download Kibana free. Get started now. Click. Now it will navigate you to the Kibana's website, the Elasticsearch website, to download Kibana. Just scroll down. So for those of us that are using Windows, so simply come here and click on this download Windows to download the Kibana's zip file. So it's still downloading while we are waiting. Just to bring to your notice that whenever you're downloading this particular file, make sure the version of the Kibana you're downloading is corresponding to that of the Elasticsearch. You remember the last time I think we downloaded the version 0.800.80.0. So for this one, the version of the Kibana is actually 0.9.1. So, but in any case, just make sure that the version of the Kibana of your Kibana and Elasticsearch are the same. So we are still downloading it. Let's wait. Now we've finally downloaded the Kibana's zip file. So the next thing is to extract it. So try to extract to the same location where we had the Elasticsearch. So we extract to the C drive. So let's click, then extract. So we click on the extract. So then extract. So it's extracting now. So just to give a background, Kibana is just a front-end interface. I think I've mentioned this earlier, to fetch data, and it's with a dashboard that you will have to see eventually when we are done with this configuration. So it needs to talk to Elasticsearch. So this happens in the background using something called HTTP request. So if Elasticsearch is secured, Kibana must authenticate before it can connect. So with this process, we are able to link both software to be able to interact and use them as the tool for further data analysis. So I'm just trying to give this background why we are extracting this file. The file is a lot and it's going to take some time to get extracted. So after the extraction, so just copy this file, copy the extracted file, copy, and place it in the C drive. So while you place it in the C drive, just say paste, then it will be pasted on the C drive. Mind you, before now I already have Kibana installed on my C drive. So but in your case, immediately you've copied and pasted it here, you simply have to right click on the existing one, so and open. So this is the one we just pasted, but we are not going to be using it because I already have the configuration done on this particular one. So I'm just going to be showing you the process on how to finish up the configuration. So when you're done doing that, you should make sure that your Elasticsearch is up and running. I showed you the last time how to run Elasticsearch. Just simply click on it and open with live server with the CMD command prompt. And same for the Kibana. You should simply right click on it. Okay, right click on it likewise to open it on the command prompt. So now for us to do the configuration on Kibana, just double click on it and navigate to the config file. While you're on the config file, you will see this Kibana file. Simply double click on it as well. So it's going to open. I think I default it to open on the VS Code as the editable working environment. So while you're on this file, make sure to locate these sections that says system Elasticsearch. So these are like this is the configuration file for Kibana, and when you're here, make sure you are very careful with all the information here. So because when you misconfigure the file, you're going to have problem with the final outcome. So scroll down to locate the network file and some other file that we need to do configuration on. So let's take a moment to see. Scroll back up. Okay, let's scroll up. Okay, so now we should locate some information here. Okay, so now we see that in this part that says system Elasticsearch, so it says the URL of the Elasticsearch instance or instances to use for all your queries are here. So the Elasticsearch host is HTTP, so the default is HTTP, so you can locate yours also. It's HTTP, and there are other informations. For instance, if we want to use Elasticsearch username for the configuration, we use Elasticsearch. It depends on you, the username you want to use, but just make sure that you use a valid username for this configuration. And we also have a password here, so you will have to generate this password using your terminal. Okay, but I think in our subsequent classes we are going to be seeing how to do that. But on a nutshell, navigate to this page, and while you are on this page, make sure that you have this file commented out like this. If it is not commented out, you have to uncomment it and put the appropriate username you want to use for your Elasticsearch. And for this password, we are going to be generating it on the terminal. So let me just show you how to do that. So this is another part you have to just neglect for now. This is for advanced Elasticsearch security configuration. We are not going to be using the token for login. So now we see here that it says I want to show you the port. There's the port section I want to show you. Okay, network. There's a part I want to show you. The port the default port is 9200 for Kibana, and the default port is 5601. 9200 is default port for Elasticsearch, but for Kibana is 5601, and we need to make sure that both of them are synced together. So okay, so this is what I'm saying. So here we see that the Elasticsearch host is HTTP localhost 9200. So make sure that in this config file you put this host's port, so that it is linked to the same ports with your Elasticsearch. If you don't do this, there is no how Kibana is going to communicate with Elasticsearch. And when you are done with this, the result is going to be that when you run the command prompt, you will have something like this. You have something like this for your Kibana. You remember for your Elasticsearch, you remember how we launch Elasticsearch. We use the dot/dot this. Make sure you're in the bin file. Okay, you know how to navigate to this particular folder. Make sure you're in the bin file to be able to do this. So you will have this. That means that our Elasticsearch is up and running. Then you can continue with other configuration. Likewise uh, for Kibana as well. The way we launch Kibana is in the dots. We do dots Kibana, okay, then dot bat, then the Kibana is launched. It's up and running. So why this is run, because this is on and up and running, is because I already done the necessary configuration for mine, just like I've shown you. Okay, if you are able to go through that process, you will eventually have something like this on your page. You will have something like this on your page for the Kibana UI. You will have a page like this on the Kibana eventually, because by the time you're done with the configuration and you navigate to this port number on your browser, http localhost 5601, you will eventually get an interface like this. Although before this interface, you'll be requested to use the password that you've created here. This password, we have to impute this password and this username that you've created here in this kibana.yml file. Okay, if you are unable to do this, just drop a comment in the comment section. I'm going to see, then we know how to verify or to clarify that. So, and that will be all for the installation of Kibana and the connection of Kibana with Elasticsearch. In our next video, we'll be diving into file indexing, how to create documents in Elasticsearch, and also how to analyze data on index files on Kibana, because eventually when you have this interface, you will be navigating to, you have some applications we use for the data analysis here. So you navigate to what we call management dev tool. So in the dev tool, that is where we do some analysis, we do data indexing and what have you. So if you are here, then we are good to go. If you are able to get to this stage, then we are good to go for every other analysis that we are going to be working on. So that will be all for this lesson. And today you have learned how to install Kibana on Windows and how we connect Kibana to Elasticsearch and how they both interact together. Just in case you are unable to find the file, we are having issue with connecting your Kibana with Elasticsearch, we advise you also navigate to your Elasticsearch. So you navigate to here. For you to locate the YUM file, you just simply navigate to the config file in Elasticsearch. You double click, then you navigate to Elasticsearch. It's going to open the elasticsearch.yum file as well. So here we also have all the information with respect to Elasticsearch, the clustered name, the path that is set for Elasticsearch. These are actually default settings. Okay, I don't think you have anything to do here. Okay, the only thing you have to do here is to make sure that this port number corresponds with that of Kibana, because this is what will enable Kibana have access to Elasticsearch. Remember, I said Kibana is just like the front end of Elasticsearch. So all the data manipulation you do on Elasticsearch, you're able to visualize it with Kibana. So that's just the point. And if you don't have the right configuration of Kibana with Elasticsearch, it's going to be very difficult for you to have those access or those commands you need to run programs on Kibana as the UI interface. So in our next video, we'll talk more on data indexing and what have you. So thank you. See you in the next one.